signal, I think, possibly, I don't know. But the title said something about residual income, and that's the great thing about this business, right? So I got my name tag on, got my packed lunch, got my worksheets, and my applications, and I'm on the way. Ladies in the middle of a place called Nevada City or Colfax, California, Northern California. Beautiful day out, blue skies. Um, Going out to talk to somebody about our product that has expressed an interest in our products, which is the reason why you want to have a high quality lead program behind you in this business, right? But again, where else can you go and, exit the highway in 2 miles. There goes my navigation. Where else can you go and, create just a work-life balance experience and make the kind of money that we make in mortgage and final expense? Man, I love it. You know, I love all parts of it. I love building an agency, working with agents, and seeing them prosper and become successful and take control of their lives by being able to participate in this incredible industry. I enjoy going out and meeting folks and helping them protect what's valuable to them, whether that be. And I was just thinking about that on the way out there tonight. This lady's not married. She's obviously single. So what's the end goal here? First thing I'm going to find out with her is, obviously she's not interested in leaving the house debt free to her spouse because there isn't one. So my guess is rather than pass away and leave the house with a mortgage attached to it for the kids to worry about and have to sell, she can pass the property to her kids with a tax-free death benefit or life benefit, depending on what you offer them, right? Because you have living benefits and you have nothing more than a death benefit. So, that's the first thing you're going to find out, why she filled out the lead form, what she was trying to accomplish, and then from there go in and talk about what's available, what our options are. Highway at exit 135, then keep right. So anyway, been talking to a lot of you folks this week, and it's only Wednesday, and many of you are again stuck with IMOs that you're not happy with, and wanted to make the change. And I would encourage you, if that's the case, then make that change. Exit the highway. Better thing, obviously, to do is to make the right decision beforehand. Go watch that video of mine. It talks about the 10 things that you should know before you sign, so that you don't have to make that change because you don't want to waste time. But again, fantastic opportunities out there. Still plenty of opportunity all across the country. Turn right. If you're licensed, you can get started rather quickly. If you're unlicensed, you have to go through the licensing process, obviously. But I mean, again, right. Where else can you go make $1,000, $2,000 a day or a week legally, and also do it with such a great feel good opportunity or business, right? Now, I mean, turn right. And you are again. I think I stressed in the last video is that you're operating your own business here, so you have to kind of understand that and have that correct mindset that you are operating your own business, and you have to and as such you have to watch your cash flow and turn right. The best way to start out is on a part-time basis. So and so that you have money to invest in leads. Do you need leads? Again, we've covered it 1,000 times, and the answer is no. Especially with the living benefits change in our industry. Anybody that has a life policy or a death policy where you can only collect money if you die, anybody that has a policy older than 3 years probably has what I call a death policy, right? Which means they're candidates for you to go out there and look at what they have and talk about replacing it, right? Especially if it's a straight term policy, not something that's building cash value. And be careful about replacing that stuff. Because they may be in a situation where it doesn't behoove them. Maybe to get something additional. Because as they get older, living benefits is going to be important, right? So, but anyhow, no point keeping a long video, but I wanted to just take a time to get something out there and talk about. I was talking about the other day on the. I run across a lot of clients. I think I'll just kind of clarify this so that I don't feel like I really articulated it very well in the last video. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Hopefully, many of you got something out of it. But when somebody says I have enough insurance, or they have insurance on the job, one of the things that conversation is so important to be able to have, because I find that more and more people, um, the last appointment I had, for example, they're thinking, 100, 200, $300,000 policies that they may have at work, or maybe they already have a policy they bought somewhere else. In their minds, they're thinking they're going to deposit that money in their bank, and they probably never have had $300,000 in the bank at any one given time, so they feel rich. But the idea is not to spend your seed, right? I mean, if you spend that money to live off of, or to replace, because again, when someone is a beneficiary, sure income to survive, right? That's an insurable risk. Fiance, husband, whatever. And so there's not just a loss of that individual. There's a loss of that paycheck. That paycheck's never coming back either. So it's why we talk about burial, taxes, and income replacement and debt reduction, right? Because whatever they have in place right now not only has to help them pay, replace the income that they've lost. You want to get their debt that they currently have, which includes the mortgage, as close to zero as possible, so they have no debt. And by doing that, you have to look at maybe putting that into a CD or a mutual fund. Mutual funds are a little bit more risky, as I talked about in a video, but you can figure about $100,000 into a CD is going to yield you about 6% on average, which is only $18,000 a year. That's not a lot of money. That's about a little over $1,000 a month, right? So if they need $2,000 or $3,000 a month, they're going to need $300,000 or $400,000 worth of insurance, just as income replacement, as well as a mortgage protection policy to get that debt to zero, right? Because especially if they're relying on that income, or they're not working, and the breadwinner they were beneficiary of that policy was 100% of their income, they're going to be more at risk. So being able to have that conversation, I think, is very enlightening. I had it again last night, and again, they're shocked when they actually calculate out not putting that money in the bank, but actually putting it into an interest-bearing account, and then living off the interest, right? That how little it provides, right? $2,000 a month. I mean, $18,000 is just not a lot of money. That's not even $5 a week. And most people, when you ask them if they can live off $5 a week, they cave in immediately, right? Because they can't, right? So anyway, go watch that video. It's up there on my channel. If you have any recommendations for comments and topics that you want me to discuss, let me know. But again, I would encourage you, if you're not in the business yet, get in, make the right decision. Look at the IMOs that are out there. But and then this should go out saying, but it doesn't. And that is that you should get in with somebody that regularly goes out and puts their name on an application every single day. By the way, Angela and I just got cards in the mail as top producers in our company. So we're out there every day. That they're screaming to find somebody that would coach and mentor them. So just be aware of that. Make sure you're dealing with somebody that, number one, knows what they're doing, been around the industry for a long time, and can coach and mentor them. And then my encouraging words to you is take advantage of that coaching and mentoring, please. It's not a matter of ego. I don't think I'm any better than anybody else. It'd be no different if I went to work for you in your occupation. I would come in knowing nothing, so I would certainly want to hear, from somebody who's doing it right, so I can learn how to do it in the shortest amount of time. It's just compressing your learning time, right? Your learning curve, compressing time frames, and being able to be fairly quickly at the top of your game, rather than trying agrees. And so what I'm saying is that Jim Rohn has a saying that he says that without a sense of urgency, desire desire loses its value, whatever it is, something like that, right? Meaning you can have a huge desire, but you got to place a sense of urgency on that desire. So, how fast do you want to succeed? How fast do you want to, be in the business full time? How fast do you want to make six figures part time or $300,000 a year full time and have a life to boot? And so that's the question you have to answer. And most of you, I'd say, as soon as possible, right? And so that's the reason why you want to plug into someone that can coach and mentor you. And then you're going to have to, work with that person a little bit and be that squeaky wheel and demand answers and demand attention, because most people, if they know what they're doing and they're successful at it, they also have a successful agency and they're dealing with a lot of people. It doesn't mean you're insignificant or not important. It just means they're dealing with a lot of people and their day gets full because, I know for us, for instance, we're on call with our agents all the time. So if they're in the home and they need our help, they're sitting in front of a customer, they take priority. So just understand that and be willing to chase that person until you get the help that you need. And of course, I don't believe in that network marketing thing where, they should be your only resource, but they should be the number one resource if they know what they're doing, right? So that's my encouraging words today. I hope there was any value. I got to log off because you can see by the back here, I'm in the middle of the country out here at a place called Colfax. Actually, it's Nevada City. And the signal's kind of off and on. I don't want to lose signal again. And again, below if you have any clicks. And while you're, place a comment down below. Let us know what your challenges are, and if I can help you, I'll do a video on it. And reach out to me. We can talk on the phone. But hit that bell button if you haven't. The little bell down below, which gives you instant notifications for things like this. And then hit the subscribe button and be a part of the community. All right, appreciate it. Have a good day. Bye bye.